everybody on YouTube? It's your boy, the Memphis Accelerate, coming back at you with the 100 Days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where every day for 100 days, we're dueling with a different deck every single day. Today, everybody, is day number 95. We're taking a look at the classical deck. It's BatteryMan. Good old BatteryMan with their summoning and their searching and their swarming and trying to just beat over our opponent, potentially OTK our opponent if we get all the cards on the board that we need. And we're going to be going into yugioh Pro. We're going to show off this deck, show off the wombos and the combos, the what do's and the what not do's, the whole shebang. So we got ourselves our deck here today, thanks to Mr. CB Saiyan, who wanted us to take a look at BatteryMan and all their glory. And so we got ourselves this little deck here today with some text that you remember and some text that you don't. And we're going to be showing this deck off in some duels on good old yugioh Pro. Have ourselves a good old time. So, of course, if you want the whole deck list, it's at the end of the video as always. But for now, let's head on into the action, see what our BatteryMan can get up to today. Alrighty, everybody, our first opponent, another day, another card game. With our deck, we kind of like to go first to go second. It's one of those sorts of decks where we like to do that. Let's see here. Ooh. I like that hand. I like it very much. We're going to activate our Photon lead to start. Very nice card for this deck, because BatteryMan, a real nice card that would have been really appreciative of is ability to normal summon more, but we got Photon lead instead. It's basically just going to allow us to get 9-volt, and when he's summoned by any means, you add any BatteryMan you want. We're going to go ahead and get this dude, BatteryMan Solar. He is our Monster Born of the deck, and when he's summoned out, we're just going to, or not Monster Born, he's Foolish Burial. He's going to be Monster Born in a minute. Or maybe not. I don't know if I want to do that just yet. We're going to go ahead and send... we'll send Fuel Cell to the graveyard. That way we just have him available. And I'm going to special summon the Ascendant of Thunder. Nice little tech in this deck. Because, you know, sometimes you just need a Thunder monster on the board, a body on the board, and that's what this guy does. Good old Ascendant of Thunder. And let's see, there's a lot of links and things we could make here. I'm going to go ahead and make some Summer Summoner for now. Keep it nice and simple for this first turn. And we'll go ahead and end our turn. We'll end our turn, see where this goes. You know? I could have made like, well, I could make like Appaloosa, I could make a lot of different links and things, but this will work just fine. So we're up against something with Poly. That could mean a lot of things. We'll see what that means. Is it hero deck? Is it DDDs? Oh boy, it's the Arc. The Arc of the Covenant, perhaps. But no, it's just the Arc, so if I was trying to burn him, that would be a problem. But luckily, I don't need to worry about no burn damage. Not too much. Alright, so we're up against a Arc deck. And we're going to use Summoner's Effect. Before my opponent can beat over Summoner, we're going to use his effect. We're going to discard a card. We're going to revive our 9-volt. Because it doesn't matter when he's summoned. The only thing you need to worry about 9-volt here is that in the end phase of when he, or our end phase that he's summoned, he's going to blow himself up. Or that's because he's an old-fashioned 9-volt battery. Who even uses 9-volt batteries anymore? I don't even know. I don't remember the last time I saw a 9-volt battery. Or anything. But more importantly, I'm searching out my industrial strength. And that'll be good for now. And yeah, he's going to beat over Summoner, but that's fine. It's totally fine. Alright, so he's got that Oracle to Arc, so I do have to do something about that. Let me think about this. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're activating our battery charger. We'll pay 500 life points. Don't worry, if he destroys Ascendant, I'll get all my life points back. Technically speaking, I could ram Ascendant into this and then gain my life points back. I could do that. I'm just not going to do that. Not at the moment. But we are going to use Fuel Cell's effect, where I can tribute off my token and bounce Zark back to the hand. I said Zark. That's the Arc. Totally different card. Completely different. Nothing similar whatsoever. Let me think. We're going to normal summon 9-volt here. Get ourselves another search. Because that's what BatteryMan like to do. Like I said, I just wish they had more ability to normal summon. Because a lot of the BatteryMan, well, not all of them, but like, you know, 9-volt is very normal summoning. Solar's normal summoning. There's just, it would be nice if BatteryMan had more ability to normal summon, is all I'm trying to say. Let's see here. Do I want to make Hip Hoshi Ningen? That is a good question. I could potentially get more attack. You got beaten by batteries. I think you did, brother. I think you did. Well, we'll see. Does he have anything he can play here? Possibly. I mean, that's what BatteryMan like to do. Just lots of monsters on the board, lots of damage. It's very straightforward with batteries. GG, brother. GG, brother. At least he's a cool DD player. When I saw DDD, I was like, oh, this is going to be like a 50-minute turn or something. But thankfully, it was not. So maybe a bit of a favoritism on our part that we got a good opponent. But you know what? It's all... Oh, wait. No, the duel's not over yet. What is he doing? Start a card on the field, destroy it. Oh, no, it's not over yet. Or is it? No, it's not over yet. It is. It is. He just wanted to do his combo there where he gets some life points back. All right, but there you go. That is what our ideal situation is. We go in for our BatteryMan. We search out our batteries. I had industrial strength if I needed my Blackluster Soldier stand-in, but we thankfully didn't need it. We didn't even need Charger, who's like our boss monster in the deck. So good on us. We got to show off what BatteryMan like to do. And hopefully we'll get to see it some more today. So let's go for duel number 2. Show off more what the BatteryMan can do, because there's still some little things we can do here and there. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. If me and my opponent can agree on who's going first, second, we'll go first as we like to do. And it's an interesting hand. We're going to go ahead and sub out our 9-volt. Always a good time when you start with your 9-volt. And since we have the storming of forts, we're gonna get this guy, Gold BatteryMan Charger. BatteryMan Charger will end our turn because that's all we can do. That's what we can do. So like I said, 9-volt, he gets destroyed in the end phase, your next end phase after he gets summoned. It's a little bit of a problem, but that's why we run things like BatteryMan Charge, just revive our monsters. We pay a little. Battery's not slow. I mean, what's your definition of slow? You got like, I don't know. I put in my comments for this deck that I am going to be slow at my opponents. Ooh, Cup of Ace. I think Cup of Ace is a great card. Yeah, I put in old and slow, hoping people would take it easy on me today, but maybe they are, and I'm fine with that. Maybe indeed. What do we have? Ooh, Arcana Force. What is this? What on earth is this? Every time a coin flip, double this card's attack for every head. Ooh. One card for every 2 head. Whoa, what was that? I don't know what just happened. Okay, he didn't. Oh wait, he didn't even attack me. All right. So what did this do? Tails of it. Negate the opponent's card effects that target this card. Well, thankfully this doesn't target. So I'm gonna go ahead and activate the Monarch's Stormforth. We'll tribute my opponent's monsters and see where this goes. Ah, the Paths of Destiny, I see. So if you beat, let's see, heads. So is this thing just gonna keep getting bigger and bigger? I think so. Luckily, I think I know what to do here. Wow, that's a really big monster. It's a shame it got tributed. 'Tis a shame indeed. But that was a really cool card. I really like that. What is this? It's just every time a coin toss goes off, get more stuff. That's pretty crazy. The one bad thing for you, my brother, is that Fool can't be put in defense mode. Which hopefully won't be too big of an... I'm sure he's got like Fairy Box or something like that, which is a cool... That's fine by me. He can go for his Fairy Box. Go right ahead. I'm going to summon out all the BatteryMan. And we'll hope that this works. We'll see. I mean, he's got all this back row. There's no way he has nothing to stop this. He wouldn't have summoned Arcana the Fool. There you go. Good old Fairy Box. All right, let's see. Do we get lucky? He calls heads. He got tails. He gets that redo. But he only gets it once. So we'll see. I'm curious why he didn't play an extra deck in this. Maybe he's got like Monarchs or something. Possible. Possible he has like a Monarch sort of thing going. Hard to say. Oh man, he keeps calling them heads. Calling them tails, calling them everythings. Alright. Dang. Man, he called all the good stuff. Alright, let's see. I think that's fine. You know what? It's fine. You know, BatteryMan Volt is gonna go back. But it's okay. You know, I do also have Fuel Cells effect, which I didn't use because I didn't want to like completely discombobulate my opponent or anything. But basically what it could do is I could tribute a BatteryMan to spin a card back to the hand. That'll be useful for getting rid of Fairy Bot. What is this? Summon 2 machine psychic or cybers from the hand. They can attack directly. Cool. That sounds really cool. Alright, oh man, Photon lead would have been really nice. Let me think about this. I mean, I want to get rid of Fairy Box, but at the same time, it's like, I'm just going to enjoy this duel. You know, I'm just going to enjoy this one. I'm just going to roll them bones. We're going to attack into the processor over and over again, and come hell or high water, we'll see what happens. You know, my opponent seems a little put off by BatteryMan. We have to restore the faith here. We gotta restore the faith a little bit. And by that, I mean I need to get rid of this processor somehow. My goodness, my boy, you are great at coin tossing, I have to say. Alright. Well, in a few turns, I might have to be an ass and use the Harpy's Feather Duster, but, you know, that's sometimes what you have to do. I mean, I've given this thing free reign to do what he wants. I have given him the free reign, so we'll see. I think what he's trying to get into is another one of these, what is it called? Ori no Kamigami. That's a very fancy name, I have to say. Very fancy name. All right, let's keep the battle up. You know, that's what we'll do. You know, my opponent, you can't say that I'm not letting him do stuff. He's got all these traps and things. Oh, there we go. Finally got a hit in. Finally, and now his second coin toss is used up. Come on, baby. Roll them bones. Just need one more. Come on. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, almost. Almost. Alrighty. That's fine. I'm going to set a card and I'm going to pass. I'm going to set a card to spook him. Make him think, oh no, what is this? What is that? I don't know. But yeah, sometimes on EDO Pro, you do find the people who just want to play a nice, good old-fashioned game of gambling. And I just don't feel the need to, you know, I don't want to ruin his day by just saying, oh, I have Harpy's Feather Duster. Oh, I have Regeki. Which is something I really play to, you know, tackle the more annoying decks, the more back row heavy decks. And unfortunately, my opponent has surrendered. Well, sorry, dude. I tried to leave your stuff on the board. You can't tell me I didn't let him play. You can't tell me I didn't give him a chance. So, good on my opponent for playing a good old-fashioned gamble deck. And I'll have to remember this card. This thing's pretty ridiculous. Every time a coin tossing effect resolves, double this card's attack for every heads. I mean, it was 6,400. That was pretty impressive. But regardless, to go for duel number 3, we're showing off the deck fairly well, but we're doing what we want to do. We're swarming the board. We're beating over stuff, and that's what we want to see done. So let's go for one. Let's go for one more duel, maybe 2. I think we have time for 2. Alrighty, our third opponent, the fight in the third. Very appropriate for a battle-focused deck, like old BatteryMan's being. Hey, we're getting to go first a lot. Yeah, I gave my the last guy another chance. He wanted to duel again. It was a much more interesting duel, perhaps. So maybe I'll put that one in the end of the episode just to show that we beat that dude and it was a fun time. Regardless, our opening hand here is a little weird, but you know what? We're gonna just go ahead and T-set. We're gonna T-set and pose on our opponent and see where this goes. Good old Micro Cell. One of the original well, not the original BatteryMan. It was one of the first waves of support they ever got, and it's not a great card, but it does summon a BatteryMan from our deck, and it does give us a card so long as it gets flipped up before it gets destroyed. So what are we up against? Some kind of fairy deck. See. Summon a level 2 or lower fairy from the hand or the deck. Is this Drytrons? Because if it is, I might be dead. I don't know if I can stop Drytrons. Potentially, but no, wait, Drytrons aren't fairies. Then again, that doesn't mean this isn't Drytrons. It just means he's got level 2 fairies. Like Super Quantles. I mean, can I? I do have some things that might work against Magnus. The problem is going to be surviving long enough to get them on the board, because that's going to be tricky. But Microcell plus back to the front might actually be helpful here. All right, so Super Quantles. Man, that is such a balls to the walls archetype. You gotta love him. The whole shtick is just make a bunch of big seeds, combine the Megazords to make Magnus. And if he's got 6 materials, he's like, no searching allowed. Unaffected by stuff. Spin cards back to the deck. Pretty nasty guy. Of course, she's like prime kaiju bait, so that's why Quantum's never really gonna do anything ever again. But you know what? You have to respect the Quantums. I like the Quantums. It's been a while since I've played them, but you know, I'm always game to play the darn things. I just don't always find the time to. What are we up against? No! I like my face down card. Leave it alone. Leave my back to the front alone. Hasn't Marauding Captain had enough? He's been through a lot, okay? He had to go to war. I don't know who the war was against, but he had to go into it. And then he got treated by the manliest of all nurses, and then he just got yeeted back into the front. Just yeet that poor man. And look at Freed. He's just chilling there with his tea. He's got 2 nurses. It's just like, that's like, what do you call that? That's his privileged, overly privileged man. All right, but what does Quantum Alpha do again? You can see reveal 3, 1 goes to the field, the rest of the graveyard. All right, he got White Layer. What does this one do again? Yeah, red brings back green. If this guy gets summoned, then he can summon another Quant from his hand. So he's gonna be putting in that effort to be getting out that Magnus. The only thing I worry about is having all my cards spun back into my deck. Oh? Yep, there it is. Okay, so green layer is on the board. He can't use his effects, though. But white layer will add him a Alphen. Okay. Alright. Very cool. And now there it is. Magna Carrier. Discard a card, turn a Quantum into its Succeeds monster. Alright, getting rid of drop. Okay, that's good for us. That is good. One less bit of monster effect negation is good. What does this one do? Target a monster on the field, change it to face down defense position. Ugh. I mean, if he goes for Magnus, that won't matter, but at the same time, okay, there he goes. Here he comes. Here he comes, boys. Just remember there's a massive issue with this in that if he makes Magnus with 6 materials, I won't be able to search anything out. Can't add cards from the deck to the hand via a card effect, so Microcell won't do anything, really. I mean, I get a BatteryMan, which is good, but I won't be able to search stuff. Alright, well, in this case, Solar is my only hope. Here's my only hope. But we'll go ahead and send a card from our deck to the grave just to deck thin a little bit. Send a Microcell to the graveyard, and oh, he will go off, but it won't activate. Sadly, it is true. Alright, well, yeah, Magnus is on the board, and let's see. Shuffle a card on the field into the deck. My only chance of survival now was 1, if he ran out of time, and 2, if he just kind of died right there, but don't think he's going to. Let's summon out our BatteryMan Solar. We'll mill another card to the grave just to deck thin again, and I'll get myself a spiffy token. People question, why do we have tokens in BatteryMan? Well, there's some reasons. There's some stuff that works there. Not yet. Not yet. Microcell to the grave, get myself my token. Got that, you gotta be always careful with Magnus. I mean, non-targeted removal. Let's see here. I'm going to... I could make Typhon. I don't think that works, though, because this is unaffected by card effects. Oh, wait. There was a unaffected except by Super Quants. Yeah. Because there's that old trap equip of theirs. Let's see. Link Karibo is probably my guy for this. I got all 3 Microcells in the grave. Oh, man. That's what you call just stacking up on your batteries right there. All right. We've got our monsters on the board. If I can summon forth the Queen of the Darkness, I should be able to, at the very least, survive this turn. Which I think I will. I mean, I have enough monsters on the board. I mean, I say this deck is slow, and to be fair, you do need some setup to make BatteryMan pop off, but... Oh, they can't be. Let's see, what do we got here? Special summons, fuel cell for damage. What say you to that, Pilgrim? Let's see, 4 more effect monsters. I'm gonna make Link Karibo. Behold, I have Link Karibo. Okay, so that should mean, at the very least, at the very bottom dollar, all said and done, I can at least say that I'll survive this turn. All right, Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. My one out to things like that. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I almost have game. Oh wait, no, Magnus does something. I forgot. Even if you kaiju him, he does something. Summon 3 Super Quantalic Seas monsters from the graveyard. And somebody else goes off. Oh wait, no. Underworld Goddess should, well, he's chain blocking me. So I don't get nothing back. I was gonna say, Underworld Goddess can protect you, or it can stop things from being special summoned from the grave. If that was all that was happening, that would work. But, unfortunately, not so much. Let's see, tribute battery monster, except, yeah, he can't tribute himself. Which is unfortunate, but true. But... I'm gonna go ahead and pay my 3,000. I'm gonna summon out the Ascendant of Thunder. Summon that boy to the board, and I could make Typhon now. But that would require me to get rid of Underworld Goddess. I kind of want to keep that around if I can. Alright, let's go for the battle phase. Let's just beat over stuff. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so yeah, none of these are going to do anything. It's just a matter of, like, get them off the board. And get rid of 2 of them. I can't get rid of the 3rd. It's too big. Yeah, I mean, I could spin, but Fuel Cell requires somebody else to be a BatteryMan. Yeah, unfortunate that. Is there anything else we can do? Let's see. Target 2 monsters at the same level, 1 from each. That doesn't have a level. Alright, well, that's all we can do. Alright. We'll have to hope and pray that was enough, but I have a feeling, you know, if he's playing Super Mech, Super Quants, Super Magnus, all that super duper, he definitely has a spare Magnus in his deck. Definitely has spare Xyz monster, so it all depends on what he does. If he can chain block me again, that's just a problem. Let's see. Super Quant. Tribute. Reveal 3 Super Quants. Randomly picks 1. I'm not even going to read them. I could read them and remind myself, but this is one. Okay. I'm going to go with that one. That one. Whatever that one was, it's as random as possible. I closed my eyes. Alright, what do we got? That's not the good one. Discard, target 3 Super Quants, shuffle to the deck. Okay, that's not the worst thing. But the problem is that red. And this is the one that sends Super Quants from the deck to the grave. So we can just send, like, whoever he wants to the graveyard, but... No, I think I might as well stop that with Underworld Goddess. Might as well. I'm surprised he didn't chain block with blue. He could have shuffled some stuff. Droplet. Well, that won't work, because that only works on stuff that's not targeted. Or what was I saying? Underworld Goddess is unaffected by stuff that does not target. So, Goddess is protected from Droplet. Right? Because this is sending number cards. Choose that many cards. Yeah, I'm afraid that doesn't work, my friend. Normally that would work. That, however, does. Can you steal Goddess with that? I don't know. I would be safe and go with the other guys. Especially Ascendant, because you've got that dinosaur of yours. I'm giving my opponents tips. What am I doing? No, he's just going to draw some cards. Okay. I was like, oh yeah, I have a level 7. You have a level 7. You could steal this and make Big Eye and steal my Underworld Goddess. Why not? Sometimes you just, you know, I'll root for my opponent if I feel like it. Why not? You know, it's a game. Let the game be played by both people. Am I right? Am I right or am I right? Come on. Okay, well, regardless, he's got his Grand Pulse. It has a material again. Alright, and then he's got a face down. That I'm curious about. Let's see, what are we gonna do? Absolutely. Battery Charger. Our monster reborn, and we're gonna bring back BatteryMan Solar. That's right. That's right indeed. We got our battery charger. I'm gonna charge my batteries. And my opponent has sadly surrendered. I mean, it's a sad state with Super Quants. Once you get rid of Magnus, it's hard for them to get back on the board. I mean, he did try. My opponent did try to get back on the board. Unfortunately, he just did not have, like, his field spell again. He didn't have enough monsters on the board, and I guess getting white layer on the board was the best thing. If I had picked blue, he might have been able to do something there, but good for us that he didn't. But regardless, let's go ahead for one more duel today. Let's show off this deck just a little bit more. We've shown off most of what it does. And so we'll just see what else we got. You know, we got time for one more duel. All right, everybody, the fourth and final opponent, the last chance of romance, which honestly, we've had plenty of romance today. We've been able to do everything we want to do with our BatteryMan. And so, you know, hopefully with this last opponent, we can find somebody with, like, I don't know, a bigger deck, I suppose. I would like to say that we had some very favorable matchups today. I will say it has been very favorable for us, but we got to show off the BatteryMan, I would say. I mean, if we were just going up against, like, meta decks today, we would have been curb stomped every time just from the sheer number of negates and things like that. So, you know, I just want to say that we put ourselves up against some decks that we at least stand a chance against, and we've been coming out pretty well. What on earth is that? Was that Marshmallow? Blade Knight? Okay, I did change the notes from old and slow to just old, but I didn't think it was going to be that old. You control none of the monsters, defend to flip monsters, destroy battle, or negate. No! BatteryMan Microcell! He was my friend. Like my dog who just walked in the door. Alright, sir, you've had your chance. Give me this. You don't deserve it. I'm gonna steal your monster and I'm gonna eat it too. I summon forth BatteryMan Charger. I feel so violated. Alright, I'm gonna summon out Solar. I'm just gonna get Solar, get Cell in the ground. You know, my opponent's gonna be playing Blade Knight. I don't think Cell is gonna do me much of much. So I'm just gonna attack with that and see where this goes. Dang it, I can't believe the one thing that stops flip effects specifically. And my opponent happens to have it. Alright. Touche, sir. Touche. Okay. Old school cool at its finest. Old school cool at its finest. Alright. Alright. Okay. Okay, we can go this way, sir. Really curious why you have no extra deck, but I guess it doesn't matter because you got like Blade Knight. No. Leave BatteryMan Solar alone. You monster, you heartless fiend, you mage power Magius. Okay. That's where this is going. Man, my opponent's got some old school cools. He's got some old school cools, and now he's like really big. Alright, Blade Knight. Goodness. Goodness Christ. This is not how I was expecting today to be. I was expected to go up against some casual people, get curb stomped by, like, rogue decks and slightly less meta decks, and thankfully that has not happened today. But now I have to deal with, like, double the Blade Knight, double the action. Alright, 9-volt, I need you to get me your big brother, Fuel Cell. And give myself a spiffy token. I'll just blatantly put it in attack mode, because it doesn't matter. So, return it to the hand. Yes, I would love to do that, thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and spin Blade Knight back to the hand. Now, I don't have a lot of spell trap removal at the moment. One thing oh man, if we could just draw into Short Circuit would be beautiful, because that's like the best of all of our cards. That's the best BatteryMan card. Just wipe the board of my opponent. All I need is 3 BatteryMan. Any 3 BatteryMan, I can wipe my opponent's board out. That would be really cool. Of course, now I know. Here's the thing. He searched out Marshmallow. I know that's what that is, and I just realized I missed some Summer Summoner. I missed the summer. Okay. That's fine. You know, we'll give my opponent a turn. Next turn, we're going to use some Summer Summoner. Bring back our 9-volt. Start searching stuff. We'll start searching some stuff. Let's see what he's got. We always Blade Knight. Kaiku the Ghost Man. Okay. Well, at least you're he's putting some very interesting old, this is like playing against a GOAT format deck. I don't think, no, but like Fuel Cell is definitely not GOAT format. Is double A? I have a feeling he might be, but I don't remember. I've played Goat Format before, but I've never seen anyone try them, so I could be mistaken. But I'm pretty sure, I think AA, if it's not Goat Format deck, then it's close. Like, it's in that general ballpark of, like, early 2000s Yu-Gi-Oh! Regardless, okay, he's got Kaiku, who can banish my monsters from my graveyard. Which is like, how dare you, sir? Oh, he didn't even attack. Okay. Okay, I'm so happy with myself. I've got this right Geki so many times, but I'm like, I'm not gonna use the darn thing. Never, I say. So, who do we have in the grave? Who for play 2 BatteryMan? What, you prevented me from banishing stuff? Special summon by remove 2 BatteryMan monsters from my grave. Do I not have 2 battery monsters? I have 3 of them. Who is preventing me from doing graveyard things? Industrial Strength, why are you not working? How much special summon by remove to play 2 BatteryMan monsters from the graveyard? Come on, I'm thinking here. I'm gonna set a card. I'm going to... Okay, you want me to come on? All right, fine. Oh, come on. Time for Nightmare freaking Unicorn. Ditch a card, I don't really care. I'm just gonna return one of your cards to the deck. Get out of here. Get out of here. Regeki break. Alright, well, that'll put another BatteryMan in the deck, so... Why is Strength not working? Is this a glitch? Or am I just dumb? I'm not locked out of anything. Why is Industrial Strength not working? I'm not sure, but I'm just going to attack for now and see where this goes. Well, you got to have another Magic Cylinder. Mirror Force! Alright. I really don't understand why that's not working, but... I guess I'm gonna have to go for Ascendant of Thunder instead. I don't know why Industrial Strength is not working. He should be. I've got 2 battery monsters in my graveyard. I have more than enough BatteryMan. BatteryMan. Part of the archetype. So either EDO Pro is like glitched for some reason. I summoned this in testing. I don't know what's not summoning now, but I've got Ascendant of Thunder. If he destroys it, then I get 5,000 life points. Yeah, that's right. You go in defense mode, young man. I already know what this is. Don't try to lie to me about it. Industrial Strength is apparently broken. Which kind of sucks, because he's such a cool dude. 9 volt, I'd say. So we'll get 9 volt, then I can get Charger, then I can get Fuel Cell. Which is just like basic sort of BatteryMan. I kind of wish there was more BatteryMan. I mean, don't get me wrong. Solar's a pretty cool dude. I really wish there was just a BatteryMan that could be special summoned from the hand. Or again, just give us a spell that allows us to normal summon more often. I'd be happy with that. George, get your butt out of the trash can. Hey. I'm gonna take you out in a minute, buddy. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. I think... Why do you not want to work? Do they have to have the same... No, there's no way it has to do with, like, them having the same name. I have 2 with the same name. I don't know why that's not working, but regardless, I'm just going to go into the battle phase, and we'll wipe out Kaiku, because we know we can beat over him. Balls to the walls. I'm gonna have to... Ooh, that's a hard one. Yeah, now... Freaking Marshmallow. Do I deserve to die on Marshmallow's sword? I might. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. What was that third card? Was that Newdoria? Oh, it was. Oh, shit. I haven't seen Newdoria in forever. But yeah, Chad, I'm not sure why I can't summon Industrial Strength. I should be able to summon Industrial Strength. Oh, now it works. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and tribute off Charger. Spin that back into the hand. And now, for whatever weird reason, we're going to summon this guy out. We're going to go ahead and banish a couple of our microcells, put some batteries in our boy, and we're going to summon out Industrial Strength, who can remove cards to destroy spells and monsters and things. And, oh wait, I can't do, let's see, once per turn, remove play a thunder, destroy a monster, and a spell trap on the field. Yeah, I can blow up my own stuff. So that's what we're going to do. We'll banish some Summer Summoner, popping a monster and popping a spell trap. Alright, so if this is another Marshmallow, I just die. I'm not going to bother with anything else. Let's attack into this. If it's another Marshmallow, I lose. But I don't. Not yet, anyway. So that ought to be game. Again, this is a... I will say this is a very favorable matchup, again, despite my attempts to make it slightly harder on myself. I did try to. I did, but today, I was playing Highlander. I was having the hardest time for the first couple duels, getting anybody to do anything I wanted to do. You know, I mean, volcanics and then troll decks. And today, it's just like everyone wants to treat me nice and be, you know, say nice things to me. What are we up against? DD Warrior Lady? Man, I'm just up against a goat deck, and that's just funny to me. Okay, so you're gonna destroy the Ascendant of Thunder so that I don't get any life points. I understand, sir. I understand. Alright, but that's gonna be game right there. So we were able to do we did the BatteryMan thing, and hey, we never had to resort to using Regeki, so I'm happy with that. So we'll end our turn here. We'll wish our opponent a hearty GG, and let's go for the end screen. Alrighty, everybody, so BatteryMan, somehow, I don't know how, but we got 4 wins today, which is completely mind-boggling to me. I was expecting to go in the yugioh Pro and run into my usual army of trolls and meta creeps, and, you know, I was going to be having, like, maybe 1 win at best, but, I guess, I put in my notes, you know? I got an older deck. It's somewhat slow when it doesn't get the combo going, and you know what? People responded and kind of actually played some not entirely silly decks, but they played decks that I had a chance of fighting against, and that just showed that on an even plane, BatteryMan can do pretty dang good. You know, Solar is surprisingly good in BatteryMan, so you wouldn't think it, but it actually is. Sending our cards to the graveyard, generating those tokens, building bodies on the board. It's very good. We got our 9-volt that searches out very well. I've got our charger that swarms the board. Our fuel cell who swarms as well. And the microcell tried. It tried really hard to do its thing, but it can work. You know, it can work. So we got to show off this deck. We got to do what we wanted to do. And, you know, favoritism of the duels aside, we got to show off BatteryMan and what they want to do. Just swarming and beating down. That's what they do, and that's what we got to do. So, and one thing I'm very proud of, we never had to use Regeki or Harpy's Feather Duster or Nibiru or any of that nonsense. I went ahead and took out Regeki and Harpy's. Short Circuit's the only field nuke we really needed. I should have just played it at 3 from the beginning, and then we would have gotten to see it off, but that's just how it is. So regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing some BatteryMan today. Real quick, we're going to go over the deck list, and then we'll see what's on tomorrow's docket. So for the main deck today, completely unnecessary. I ran 2 Nibirus in case we were up against some sort of really fast-paced sort of swarm deck. This is really good for stopping those. Also provides tribute fodder for our charger. 2 Industrial Strength is our alternate boss monster of the deck. He's basically the boss monster of BatteryMan, but, you know, in order to summon him, you need to remove BatteryMan under mysterious circumstances, and then he can pop monsters and spells. He's kind of like Gladiator Beast Gazaris, but more specific. We have, of course, our 3 Ascendant of Thunder, just for a body on the board, and he's a nice 2700 beat stick of a dude. And if he does get destroyed by whatever means, he does gain your life points back. So it's got some potential there. It's got some potential there for a lot of cool stuff. 3 copies of Fuel Cell, because all you need is 2 BatteryMan on the board, and then he summons himself from the hand. Non-once per turn, not limited to 1 copy. Pretty dang good. 3 Charger is our main sort of boss monster of the deck, because when you normal summon him, then you get to summon any BatteryMan from your deck. So, you know, Charger goes into 9-volt, 9-volt searches Fuel Cell summons himself. It doesn't sound like that crazy of a thing, because, you know, they're all different levels and stuff, but, you know, you can't exceed, you can't synchro with them. You could link off of them, though. So, it's one of the stronger BatteryMan combos you have if you don't have Solar and all that. 3 Solar is our Foolish Burial plus token generator. He also copies our monsters' names, which is irrelevant in this build, but there is an old tech in BatteryMan that revolves around that. We have, of course, our 3 BatteryMan 9-volt for our searcher, and 3 microcell in case we're going first and have nothing at all. We have a little dude that when he's flipped up, he summons out a monster like 9-volt, and then when he's destroyed, he draws us a card, so he puts in the effort. We want 1 copy of Change of Heart because we like to tribute stuff. We can run 3 battery charger because we like to revive stuff. 3 short circuit because who needs Regeki Harpy's Feather Duster? 3 BatteryMan, just nuke the board. 1 copy Monster Born because again we like to revive things. Called by the Grave to stop Ash Blossom and like 2 Photon Lead because while we don't have anything to get a normal summon additional, this can special summon a monster from your hand. So it works with the solar, it works with the 9-volt. As they both work with special summoning themselves. 2 Monarch Stormforth because we like to again tribute stuff, tribute my opponent's stuff. So you know, 2 Stormforth is just fine by me. If you want to go for like Snatch Steal instead, that works too. But I like Stormforth because it doesn't target. 3 copies of Imperm just to slow. Like again, if we're going second with this deck, which is not ideal, but if we go second with it, then this helps us to stop our opponent from womboing off on us. And then 2 backs to the front, because again, we like to revive stuff. And it's nice to revive stuff, especially 9-volt on our opponent's turn, that way it lasts a turn. As for the extra deck, we have things like Link Karibo for the tokens, we have Masquerena for our big Link monsters, good old Puzzle Mino to pop things on both players' boards. Hippo Shiningen can lead to your OTKs by giving that little bit of extra attack points. So that's what he's in here for. Some Summer Summoner reviving our 9-volts, because again, the more you can revive this dude, the better. We have Line of the Light Charmer, because we have a lot of light monsters. We have Unicorn as our removal dude. Good old Appaloosa the Bruiser in case we're going first, and we can build a giant board for, pretty easily, and we just need a lot of negates. If you don't need that, though, we have Avermax just as a side option there. We also have the Underworld Goddess for outing giant, impossible boss monsters with all of our monsters on the board. We have Abyss Dweller, just to stop graveyard stuff. It's like another dude. Any level 4 exceeds is pretty good here. We have Exciton Knight for blowing up boards because we like to blow up boards on occasion. Baguska in case we just have like the worst possible hand, or our cards get negated for whatever. Like if we get impermed to draw Lockbird or stuff of that nature, sometimes you just need to Baguska people. And then Typhon's here in case we really need it, which thankfully we never did. Same thing with AA Zeus, but these are decks I was expecting to go up against bigger decks, so that's why I ran these, but now I just feel dirty playing the darn things. I kind of do. But that's that. And as for the side deck, there's a couple things. If you want more Thunder action and more removal action, there's good old Thunder King of the Lightning Strike Kaiju. If you really just want to get rid of your opponent's stuff, that's an option. There's Diana the Light Spirit, which I did consider in here, because she's a Thunder that special summons herself by banishing a light from the grave. So you can just send a monster from your deck to the grave with Solar, banish it for Diana, and then that's a Thunder, so you get yourself a token. So you go from 1 monster to 3 pretty quick. So that's an option there. There's the OG BatteryMan AA, which is a cool dude, but in order for him to work, you have to have 3 copies of himself on the board. Let's see, and that is one of the things that you can copy the name of with Solar, but that only works for dudes. Well, it's the ones you control too. So yeah, you could theoretically get 4 AAs on the board and have them each, have them be all 4,000. All BatteryMan, this card, you'd have 3 4,000 beat sticks, but that's the idea there. But it's, again, very hard to pull off. Thunder Dragon Matrix, it's just a generic Thunder booster sort of card. Make any Thunder gain 500 attack. And if Colossus was legal, you could run Thunder Dragon and BatteryMan in one deck, but as it is, that doesn't work as well. But if you want an extra bit of damage, that's something. Photon Sanctuary, just as more token generation. If you want to just make a Link first turn or what have you, that's an option there. You want a recovery, there's recycling batteries. You have Infernal Reckless Summon, which works with the BatteryMan AA thing. Another Photon Lead, you find you need it. Scene allows you to gain life points with Thunders do damage, so potentially if you really need life points for whatever reason, if you're up against like, I don't know, you're up against our Roam Mages and you're somehow able to start beating into your opponent really hard, this could be helpful to even out those life points and get the advantage over Roam Mages. There's also things like Backup Squad if you find like you're getting your butt handed to you, which in today's game honestly will happen more often than you'd think. This will let you gain some of your cards. You get draw for every 1,000 points of damage you take. And last but certainly not least, we have Stormy Mirror Force. If you want to have yourself a battle trap, just to out certain decks. I always like Stormy Mirror Force. So that's today's deck, everybody. Hope you did enjoy it. Tomorrow, I believe, is... I gotta finish this one. We're making an Umi-centric deck. I was gonna figure out which direction we want to go with it, and I think I do. I just gotta make it work. So that's today's deck, everybody. Hope you did enjoy. Smack like if you liked it. Consider subscribing if you haven't, and I'll see you guys again very soon. Till tomorrow, y'all stay safe. Y'all stay happy. You have a good one. Take care.